Have you guys ever woken up at 4 a.m. and thought about how the world would look like if Germany had won the First World War? Me neither, so today I'm going to be playing Kaiserreich, an alternative history mod in which Germany won the First World War. And what nation better to be playing than the nation of Romania? In this video I will be trying to steal reclaim rightful Romanian land and destroy the Austro-Hungarian Empire by doing the war all by myself, because my AI ally sucks. So let's head in! At the beginning you might notice that Romania looks a bit thinner than modern day Romania, and that is because we're missing a lot of land that modern Romania has. And in this video we will reclaim this land and get maybe even more, I guess. Let's first look at our national spirits. We have the Great Game, which is a power struggle between the king and the captain being our second in command, whose ideology is national populist, which is like a sort of fascist ideology. And then we have Incomplete Land Reform, which debuffs our recruitable population factor by -15%. And also it debuffs our stability by -5%. Then we have Unionist Seal, which buffs our war support, and if we go down further the focus tree, we will get even more buffs on it. And last but not least, we have German Economic Hegemony, which debuffs our consumer goods factories, and it transfers the oil produced in Montania to Germany, meaning we don't get anything from this oil. Let's look at our army. We have 16 divisions, and I can already see that most of them aren't equipped. Let's put them to train on the Bulgarian border. And yes, I was right, we're missing over half of the required equipment. Let's for now focus on industry and get a radio. I will first build some sieves and then mills. As for my production, I will build trucks, trains, and then infantry and later on artillery. So let's get to the focus tree. For now, we will only be focusing on those focuses up there, because the rest will unlock after we've created Greater Romania. Our main political paths are those two. We could either support the king or the captain. I will go with the king, because I love monarchies. So let's start with maneuvers in the Carpathians. If anyone wants to read Romanian Kaiserreich lore, then feel free. So now the decision comes if we either want to support the captain or the king. And like I said, I'm going with the king. Meaning now I will only gain political power through his ideology, paternal autocrat. In the decision tab we have decisions for the Great Game, and we also have a timer where we need to complete the land reform, or else the other faction will gain more power. Union Day. Uh-oh, looks like Black Monday happened. Mein Gott. Let's already start by increasing the king's power. Oh no, looks like Black Monday has hit us. And now we have an economic crash, which modified our German economic hegemony, and now it doesn't take away consumer goods, but reduces construction speed and decreases stability. In a Great Game, if one faction gains more power, the modifier will take more political power away and also decreases stability weekly. So now let's start dealing with Black Monday. We have now nationalized the German oil fields, meaning we will get our oil back. And now we gained German trade sanctions. If we don't find a new market, well, our stability will be gone. To find new markets, we have to seek new markets, of course. So we have to go down this focus. I will now try to spend the power the king has, so that I get rid of the stability drop weekly. The Congress of Belgrade. Well, let's announce our support for the Belgrade Pact, which will put us in alliance with the other two nations here that are also in the Belgrade Pact. Well, looks like Albania announced support for Bulgaria, Germany announced support for Bulgaria, and Austria announced support for Bulgaria. This will reduce our infantry equipment production massively. Let's try and negotiate trade relations with our allies. And now we've gotten rid of the trade sanctions and also recovered our economy. Well, looks like the Fourth Balkan War started. Let's exploit the gaps in their front line. We've captured the Bruja, which gives us political power and war support now. Looks like Hungary has declared independence from Austria. And now the war is finally ending. Let us end the war now before the costs build up. Bulgaria surrenders, and we've gained Dobruja. Looks like the internal Macedonian Revolutionary Organization has risen up against Serbia. And now to finally get rid of the incomplete land reform. Looks like Hungary has been crushed. The land reform is now complete, and now we gain rural land infrastructure and Romania of the future, which are huge industrial buffs. We've gained a lot of influence now after doing the land reform, which gives us political power daily. We shall now buff our unionist seal, national spirit. I've also started to invest in a spy agency and also became the spy master of the faction. The Congress chooses to attack Austria. We support this initiative. We will reunite with Transylvania. We shall now fund Transylvanian separatist cell so that the uprising will become more powerful. So this is the medium tank design I am going to be using. Time to increase resistance. The Pact of Organization. Of course, we can all benefit from this. Formation of the Economic Council, which is really great. I will go with mobile warfare, because then I can select this one, which will make it cheaper to create a tank division. Even more buffs, let's go! Alliance offer from Albania, let's accept. I'm getting so much research speed. So the main template I will be using are those 10 infantry and 2 artillery with support companies, and this is my armor division. 10 medium tanks, 10 motorized and support companies. Looks like Austria-Hungary federalized into the United States of Greater Austria, and they also gave Poland Krakow. Russia has started their war in the east against the German Empire and their eastern puppet states. And now the Second Weltkrieg has started. War is hell. We have declared the Treaty of Bucharest null and void. And now, even Japan joined the fun by declaring war on the German East Asian possessions. So this is great. Bulgaria just joined the Belgrade Pact, meaning I do not need troops on their border anymore. So now I can use those troops to also hold the front line here, so that I have more troops on my border against Austria. And also some troops around here, but I think I'm actually not gonna have them there. Actually don't really need them there, because Ukraine is collapsing right now, because I think the Germans are just focusing more on France, because they're pushing in there, but they're losing heavily on the eastern front. So now I'm just finishing the Transylvania or war focus to demand Transylvania, so I can go to war with Austria before they maybe join Germany. Yep, they capitulated, so now I don't have to worry about the border with them if Austria joins the German Empire. Well, speaking of Austria intervening in the Weltkrieg, they just joined the Reichspakt. It looks like they disbanded the Belgrade Pact, so I shall also join Moscow then. Oh, come on! Why did they refuse? Hello? I just love the AI sometimes. Transylvania revolts! To arms! We've also gained some units from the uprising. They're not really great, but they're veterans, so they can at least hold a bit, you know. I'm gonna mainly send them down here so that if the Serbian front collapses, that I don't have an open front with them. I'm also trying to push them out of here with the Russians. That still did not accept me getting into their faction. It's looking good now. So I gotta get my units onto the front line. Also inflicted some casualties now. I should look into getting military access so that my front line doesn't get screwed up. Okay, after a while, the front line has stabilized, mostly because the German troops finally went away, but I've inflicted a lot of casualties, like almost 400k on the German side, and on the Austrian side, 700k. Now I'm gonna try to do a big encirclement against the Austrians, and that's the encirclement done here. That's a lot of troops. You shall die. 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 And now this is also finally encircled. Goodbye, Austrian army. These tanks have just been carrying the war from me. Like, look at the breakthroughs of the tank, man. They're just dying. They are just infantry shredder, man. We've now captured Budapest, and I think I'm going to activate the frontline order now with the cryptology. And Vienna is captured. Oh, goddammit, German troops came back. So we've been hugely pushed back because the goddamn German army arrived again. Because they're done with the Commune of France. So they have more troops to spare now, which is not great. But now I finally stopped being pushed back. And now my front line is stable again. Though the Russians are doing good, and I hope that they won't collapse, because that will be the end for me. I will just say that every time I'm not in Europe or anything, always the Commune of France like pushed back the Germans hugely. The only time I need them to not die, they die. I don't know how the hell the AI always does that, but yeah, whatever. If they like keep pushing, then I hope they will run out of equipment soon enough, and the Russians will be able to push them back. I was hoping to capitulate Austria before Germany arrives again, but that didn't work. Well, I'm still holding. They have now 2 million casualties, and the Germans received 1 million casualties from me. I have the feeling I'm fighting like half of the German army. I might be in a problem soon. So it's been a while since Serbia capitulated. I've managed to not lose any land here with the open border I had there. And yeah, they are still just pushing in, fighting 2 majors on my border. And I don't have equipment or manpower to deal with that. We have 69 research speed, guys. Let's go. Just an update on the casualties. I've like suffered over 500,000 now. And the Germans have suffered 2.2 million from me, and the Austrians have suffered 2.8 million from me. Their manpower is gone. They are on all adult serve. The Germans are on the service by requirement. So I've done some pushing now with my tanks, and I've captured the supply up here, so they stopped attacking me finally for some while, man. I might look if I get some encirclement done here. So the Germans are now also on all adult serve. I just killed like a huge stack of troops there. I might use my tanks to encircle them up there. I've now suppressed the Russians in casualties against the Germans. 4 million inflicted by me and 4 million inflicted by me for the Austrians. Okay. And I've not even lost 1 million yet. Well, the Ottoman Empire just joined the Reichspakt. Italy just tried to do a naval invasion, but that didn't work well, did it now? So I finally helped the Russians get over the river, and now we're taking Warsaw. I swear, if a freaking naval invasion happens now, I'm going to become monkey. Oh my. No, Poland finally capitulated, meaning their troops are gone from the border now. Time for a push now. And Vienna falls the second time now. We've basically pushed them out of most of their possessions that they conquered, or that's Austria finally capitulated. I can now renew pride, giving me decisions to core up Transylvania. And after that I can do future direction and seek alliances. The rise of the White Eagles. We shall dismiss the current government. Let us arrest them. The captain's wrath. Outlaw the legion and arrest them. March on Bucharest. Open fire and don't miss the captain. Good riddance. The persecution commanderies. Delegate duties to the ministers. Better for them to get shot than a king. Prime Minister is wounded. Thank God for Arman's miraculous survival. The dust settles. The crisis is finally over. Brave new country. Carol of Romania expels Iron Guard. I just noticed that I have negative 82 stability. So now I've done Carlist Restoration, and now the remaining legionaries. And I'm going to try to capture Prague now. There's now a call for democracy. Let's grant them token influence within the parliament. The remaining legionaries is done. Let's purge the rest. This officer, man, he got the medals. I've captured Munich now, and seems like the Russians are also a bit pushing more now. Let us draft a royal constitution. Let us approve this. Also approved. Never again shall king's hands be bound. Wonderful. Approved. Unfortunate but necessary. The royal constitution adoption. Only a vote stands between this act and the nation's future. We have now drafted a royal constitution, and now we shall get rid of the calls for democracy. Oh yeah, that's a lot of German troops. Let us create a cult of personality around the king. It's time for a second coronation, I guess. Let's do something funny. Yeah. I'm completing King of the Rebirth, which will finish the focus tree. And I'm still at war with Germany. Let us capture Berlin. Do you remember those brave Romanian tank units capturing Berlin all by themselves? Let us integrate Transylvania. So, I've captured Stuttgart, and now I shall try and get Frankfurt. And yep, that's it for Germany. They will now capitulate after this day. Now we just have to deal with the Italians, I think. I just saw that I have another nuke lying around, so gotta drop it. We've capitulated Switzerland, and I have control over Turin and Milan. Time to nuke more cities. Italy is, by the way, on scraping the barrel. Your mountains won't save you if there are no mountains. That should be most of the Italian army gone. Just to see the casualties for this war. This war's been going on for I don't know how many years now. Collapse of the Reichspakt. Meaning the war will be over now. Alright, now let's see how the peace deal will go. Okay, I fixed some borders, and now we shall confirm an exit. Finally, we've finished the war. Let's get our troops back home. Man, they must be tired. Let's demobilize our economy and ease up conscription. Fate of Austria. Reunite the Danubian lands. So we create a Danubian federation. Liberate a Czechoslovakian state. And also join the Entente, because Russia doesn't like me apparently. Well, at least someone likes me. I'm not gonna give it to Russia. So we finally achieved Greater Romania. Also, we have achieved the Great Union, and we've conquered some more lands and puppeted those nations. But for now, I will definitely end this video, because this must be one of the longest games I've ever played in Hearts of Iron 4. I'm usually not playing so long. Anyways, if you liked the video, please comment and subscribe. I loved your feedback on the last video. So I will probably continue and get myself to do more videos. I said that I'll probably only upload on Saturday because I have school stuff to do. If I have holidays, I might also upload on Wednesday. This will be it. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it, and see you next time.